Hello, Bicurious. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm very well, thank you. Pleasure to speak to you. How's it been this lockdown for you? How are you coping?
Not too bad. We're just trying to keep busy. It's just weird because we're a band that doesn't like the kind of music that we play doesn't really lend itself to like anything else than just being there in one room and making music. So it's been kind of challenging a little bit in terms of that, but otherwise we're just kind of keeping busy planning things and stuff. The only way to keep sane, I think, is just staying busy.
Absolutely. Who's living with you at the moment for both of you? What's your like home life like presently?
I'm living with my parents at the moment, and and my sister as well. We all get on fine. So
That's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I live with my girlfriend and my son, who's like just a year old. So it's kind of, I mean, it's like Groundhog Day. It's like, you get up, like the kid wakes you up and then you change his nappy and then you go to work. Because I work in a supermarket as well as being a rock star. I work in a supermarket, so I still get to go to work.
The duality of man.
Yeah, no, no, it's fine. It's we cope. We still manage to play music one way or another, so it's fine.
That's good. What's the supermarket's been like from your perspective? How's that been? You've been treated well?
Yeah. I mean, it's just awkward because like different people act differently. Like some people come in and they're like wearing those like plastic thingies that like go out. I don't know if you've seen them. They seem kind of new, but they wear
Like
those
a welding
like,
mask or something.
Yeah. They like stay like like 5 meters away from you, and like some people almost like give you dirty looks for walking too close.
Mm-hmm.
And some other people, they just act as if nothing was wrong. So it's kind of and we don't have to wear masks or anything. So I don't know. People have different ideas how to deal with it, I suppose.
Apart from your family and playing live and the pub, what are you guys missing most about the real world?
Just being able to go outside and just hanging out with people, because you're just hanging out with the same people all the time now. And I don't know if you can hear the baby in the background.
Yeah, I can imagine that can be
man. Keeping it real,
get a bit grating, I bet.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just, I think for me, it's just meeting friends. I think I'm just going to the pub, or not that I really go to the pub. Like I'd like to do it now because I can't do it.
Of course. I don't do drugs. I just sweat a lot. Is that true?
Yeah. Now it is. Yeah. It wasn't so true like a couple of years ago. But
no,
I have a kid. I have to, be a good boy.
Be responsible. Is that there's been I imagine that's quite a life-changing thing for you then to have a child.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, but you have to kind of adapt your life, especially for a musician who spends a lot of time in pubs and goes on tour and like stuff. It's you have to really juggle things quite well to kind of make everything work, and not just like not be away for too long and stuff. Like a good example of that was like we went on a pretty long tour from last September to December, but we kind of did it in like little 2-week sections, so that we come home in between for like a few days, just so I could like see the family, and so Gav could see his family as well. And I know like some bands, they go away for like 6 months non-stop, like gig every night and stuff, and we just decided to like do it slightly differently and just take it easier and go home in between, because I have a kid, and it's important to spend time with family and stuff.
Is that something you think you'll continue to do? Can you do tours like that, or do you think you'll do like a 6-month, 12-month block of touring, or is that, which one do you prefer?
God, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the way we're touring at the moment's pretty good, because you'd be wrecked all the time if you were just constantly touring. I think it's good to have like a few days in between and come back, stuff like that.
It can be very tough on like your mental health as well, I find, just to like be playing gigs every night and like going to different venues and stuff. Like I really enjoy doing it the way we do it because we get to take a break quite often from it. But I don't know how they do it, those guys who just go on tour for like months and months on end. Like I'd go crazy, especially if you're a small band and you're in like a small van the whole time. It's just, and sleeping on floors and stuff, you know. It's fun, like, but if you're trying to, you know, not drink too much, like the fun kind of like goes away and it's just horrible then, you know. I don't know. It's
No, I can totally understand why that wouldn't be super attractive, really.
yeah.
So I don't do drugs. I just sweat a lot. One of your songs I really like, and there's a lot of sampling involved in that. And I want to talk about how you find your samples. Where does that element of the music, how's that come about?
Well, that sample came from our friend Will Vara, an American guy who just has a really cool voice, and we thought it'd be cool for him to read out those lines.
At the start, I think Gav used to find a lot of kind of ideas for samples, but we used to like rip them off YouTube, like off, you know, speeches and stuff like that. But then we realized that maybe we would start having like copyright issues if one day, like, you know, the songs got a bit of traction and the wrong people heard it. Because we have like a song that has Donald Trump samples, and we were like, if someone kind of finds that, and they could technically sue us because we just ripped it off YouTube. So we decided to get our friends to like record their own voices so that we wouldn't have those kinds of issues anymore. Which is a shame because there's so many good things to rip off the internet, but like
yeah. But then in some ways also they're like unique samples, like no one else has got anything like that. And so then on the other hand, it's something completely different that you've never heard before.
Yeah. We also thought of like, there's we have a song that we were meant to release, but we decided against it because one of the samples, well, there's a few samples from a guy who's quite big in Ireland, and he has lots of like really interesting ideas, but we don't know if he would allow us to use his samples, his voice. And so we were thinking of getting one of our friends who comes from the same part of the country as he does, because this guy has like a really thick Irish accent, and we have a friend who comes from that same part of the country, and we were thinking of getting him to like read out those samples in the same accent to try and like bring the whole, like make it feel like it was him. But we just thought it might be too weird, so we're still trying to figure out what to do with that song. It's a bit of an issue, that whole copyright thing. Yeah.
That's the annoying thing. It's not like it used to where you could just jack anything and just put it out as your own. Those days are gone, unless you're like Kanye West or something. You can't sample anything. So in Ireland, the schools closed 62 days ago. You're a little bit ahead of the UK here. If you could go back sort of 62 days and give yourself some advice on how to survive this lockdown, what advice would you give yourself?
It's tricky.
Yeah.
Well, what have you learned over this time that you wish you'd known then?
I don't know. I feel like I've managed it pretty well given the circumstances. Just for myself, like I've tried to, you know, find kind of ways to like work on band stuff that aren't directly related to music. You know, like we're working on a new release at the minute. Like we have like some songs ready and stuff, but so we started like looking after the admin side of things, you know, planning different things around the release. So we're working hard on that. So that's something that we can do now. But I guess, yeah, that's kind of the only advice that I would have given myself, is just to like try and find things to do to stay sane. Because if you start like just doing nothing, and if you don't have a job to go to or whatever, I'd say it can be quite tricky. Probably go crazy, like.
Yeah, I think I've handled it pretty well as well. I had to give myself advice: stay indoors, wash your hands, all that stuff.
Pretty sound advice, I'd suggest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us, guys. Where can people find you and follow you online?
So facebook.com/ByCuriousBandOfficial, Instagram ByCuriousBandOfficial, and then Twitter is ByCuriousBand. And then our website is ByCuriousBandOfficial.com.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's where you'll find all our stuff in the one place. And we're going to be doing something soon, releasing something where that'll be like exclusively through the website, so keep an eye on that.
Fantastic. Keep your eyes peeled, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Bye.